Good day. It is July the 6th, and today we're continuing Ezra 5, doing verses 14 through 17, which ends the chapter 5, and Proverbs 6. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. It's 810-242-2997. I also have a kind of an announcement. For some reason, the videos are not loading up on TikTok. They're loading up on YouTube and Facebook, but not TikTok. I don't know why. It just says something wrong with the video, but it's been loading up in the other two platforms perfectly fine. Anyway, Ezra 5, starting at verse 14. Also, the gold and silver articles of the house of Elohim, which Nebuchadnezzar had taken from the temple that was in Jerusalem and carried into the temple of Babylon, those King Cyrus took from the temple of Babylon, and they were given to one named Sheshbazzar, who had been made governor. 15. And he said to him, "Take these articles, go, carry them to the temple site that is in Jerusalem, and let the house of Elohim be built on its former site. 16. Then the same Sheshbazzar came and laid the foundation of the house of Elohim, which is in Jerusalem, but from that time on until now it has been under construction and is not finished. 17. Now therefore, if it seems good to the king, let a search be made in the king's treasure house, which is in Babylon, whether it also, so that a decree was issued by King Cyrus to build this house of Elohim in Jerusalem in a lot, and let the king send us his pleasure concerning this matter." So they wrote the king. Also the gold that was in the silver articles, this is verse 14, of house of Elohim, which Nebuchadnezzar had taken from the temple that was in Jerusalem and carried into the temple of Babylon. So they took them from Jerusalem to Babylon. Those King Cyrus took from the people of Babylon and were given to one named Sheshbazzar, whom he gave governor, so he gave them back. These are the temple articles. They were restored to the temple. Gold, silver, and stuff like that. Verse 15, and he said to him, "Take these articles, go carry them to the temple site that is in Jerusalem, and let the house of Elohim be rebuilt on its former site." So we're going to build the temple where it was, and these articles, valuable articles that were in the temple, gold, silver, and brass, whatever, are going back there too. Verse 16, then the same Sheshbazzar came and laid the foundation of the house of Elohim, which is in Jerusalem, but from that time on until even now, this has been under construction and is not finished. It's been built, but not continuously, but it's been interrupted. So it's been every now and then they would add a little bit more, fix a little bit more, but it hasn't been fixed. Verse 17. Now therefore, it seems good to the king, let a search be made in the king's treasure house, which is in Babylon, whether it is so that a decree was issued by King Cyrus to build this house of Elohim at Jerusalem, and let the king send us his pleasure concerning the matter. So in the treasure house, there's now the treasures. There was also records kept there. So that's what they're doing. They're making the search. Proverbs 6. My son, if thou become surety for a neighbor, if thou hast struck hands for a stranger. Basically co-signing, those more involved, you're co-signing for a lot. 2. Thou art snared by the words of thy mouth, thou art caught by the words of thy mouth. You said you're going to do it, now you got to pay up. 3. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself, seeing how thou come into the hand of thy neighbor. Go, humble thyself, and urge thy neighbor. When you find that you owe him, go right straight to him. 4. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thy eyelids. Don't rest until you paid this off. Deliver thyself as a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Yeah. Verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Watch ants. 7. Which, having no chief, overseer, or ruler, provide her bread in the summer, and gatherers to fruit in the harvest. One thing I found about ants, if they're hungry, the ants in the colony are hungry, they'll bring back more food. If they're not so hungry, they'll bring back less food. Ants have two stomachs, a personal stomach and what's called a social stomach. Social stomach is what passes it on to other ants. I was wondering about that. Verse 9, how long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou rise out of thy sleep? When are you going to get your butt out of bed? 10, little slumber, little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding the hands to sleep. Just 5 more minutes. So thy power to come as a runner, in other words, real fast, and thy want is an armed man, like it's been stolen from you. 12, a base person, a man of iniquity, is he that walketh with a froward mouth, saying blasphemous things. 13, that winketh with his eyes, that scrapeth with his feet, that pointeth with his fingers. Look over there. 14, frowardness is in his heart. He devises evil continually. He soweth discord. 15, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. He'll get ruined real quick. Of a sudden he'll be broken, and that without remedy. Yeah, God's going to take care of that. 16, there are 6 things which Yahweh hateth, yea, 7 which are an abomination unto him. 17, haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Arrogancy, untruthfulness, and murder. 18, a heart that devises wicked thoughts, planning evil things. Feet that are swift in the running to do evil, doing evil things, running to evil. 19, a false witness, more lies, that breatheth out lies. It can also be misrepresentation. You can tell the truth perfectly and make it sound like a lie. And he that has sowed discord among the brethren, and those that start fights among people who should love each other. 20, to the rest of the end of the chapter. My son, keep the commandments of thy father, and forsake not the teaching of thy mother. 21, bind them continually upon thy heart, tie them about thy neck. 22, when thou wakest, when thou walkest, it shall lead thee. When thou liest down, it shall watch over thee. When thou wakest, it shall talk with thee. It will be with you. It will show you where to go. It shall protect you while you're sleeping, and it shall talk with you to discuss things. 23, for commandment is a lamp, and the teaching is light, and reproofs and instruction are a way of life. 24, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the smoothness of the alien tongue. 25, lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her captivate thee with her eyelids. 26, for an account of a harlot, a man is brought to a loaf of bread, but an adulteress hunteth for precious life. 27, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt? Nope. 28, can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be scorched? Nope. 29, so that he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her, it shall not go unpunished. Don't commit adultery. 30, men do not despise a thief if he steal, to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. Yeah, they understand. 31, but if he be found, he must restore 7-fold. He must give all the substance of his house. But if he's caught, he's still got to pay the price. 32, he that committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. You don't know what you're getting into. He doeth it, will destroy his own soul. It will destroy you. 33, wounds and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. 39, for jealousy is the rage of a man. 34, for jealousy is the rage of a man, and he will not spare thee in the day of vengeance. You won't show any mercy. 35, he will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, till thou give this many gifts. Yep, he'll just keep coming after you, and you try to bribe him. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you can reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.